Hi, I'm Sharon Dooley, sports massage therapist and yoga teacher. This is week 3 of a series of short videos I'm doing aimed at runners, but open to anybody. This week, we're looking at the thighs, so everything between the hips and the knees. And I'm going to start, as always, with awareness of breath. So just tuning in to your breathing and just noticing how the ground feels beneath your feet. So connecting in through your feet, finding the triangle or 4 corners of your foot and just gently pressing down. And then take your hands under your chin as you breathe in, keeping your shoulders down, just gently allowing your elbows to widen away from each other. And then as you exhale, bringing your elbows back towards each other. And gently closing your mouth, you're going to inhale and exhale through your nose. And gently moving, getting your body to move in rhythm with your breathing. And then taking feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Don't go too wide. This is one to play around with. And then turning your feet out away from each other. Keep your shoulders over your hips. And then you're going to bend your knees out over your toes. And then as you inhale, coming up. And depending on how tight you are around the hips, will depend on how deep you go. So for some people, that might just be a really short stance. Others, you may be able to sink a little bit deeper, but if you find your knees are rolling in, just come out, come up to the point where your knees are staying out over your toes. So imagine you've got a wall behind you, so trying to sink your hips straight down without leaning forwards or backwards. We'll do 2 more of those, taking a deep breath in as you exhale, sinking, as you inhale, pressing down through your feet and lengthening. And you can inhale and exhale, play around with 1 movement for inhale, 1 movement for exhale. And then turn your feet towards each other. You're going to come down into all fours. Tuck your toes underneath you. Taking a deep breath in as you exhale, pressing down through your feet, press down through your hands. Turn the crease of your elbow to face forwards. And then lifting up your knees, think of lengthening through your back, lengthening your hips up towards the ceiling. Some of you may need to keep your knees fairly bent. Think of lengthening through your Achilles. That may help you to straighten your legs. But if you find your back is rounding, take the bend back through the knees. And then as you inhale, reaching one leg up towards the ceiling, really reaching through your heel. Think of creating space in your hips. As you exhale, you're going to swing your leg through to your hands. You may need to give it a helping hand. And then reaching back through the back foot. gently bringing your hips back, just exploring lengthening. So I don't want you to over explore, going with the pace of your breathing, just exploring lengthening the front leg. And then as you inhale, bringing the knee back in line with the heel. And then look like this from front on. And then you're going to step the back leg in. Have your feet about hip width apart, bending into both knees. As you inhale, think of lengthening your chest up away from your thighs, reaching your arms up, keeping your arms close to your ears. You're going to take 3 breaths here. Keep sinking the weight down through your heels. Exhale, lower, step back, down onto all fours, sinking your weight back, press down through your feet and your hands. Crease of your elbows faces forwards. And then gently lifting your hips, coming up into downward dog. Lengthening other leg, maybe your left or right, up towards the ceiling, pressing out through your heel. As you inhale, you're going to swing that leg through to your hands. Again, if you need to, give it a helping hand. Reaching back through the heel of the back leg. And then as you exhale, just gently exploring straightening the front leg. And as you inhale, bending. And then stepping the back leg in again, feet hip width apart. Sinking your weight down through your heels, lift your chest up away from your thighs, reaching your arms up over your head. Inhale to come all the way up. And then turning your feet away from each other. You're going to have a little play with a squat. So you're going to take your elbows inside your knees and then just playing from side to side. Some of you may find it easier to put your arms down. You're just exploring, thinking. But for a lot of you, that might start here and just be a wiggle. So you can kind of do some circular movements. If you're down here, happy days. It took me quite a long time to get down to this position. And then from there, come down to sitting. Pick up one foot. You can either hold the foot and your knee. If it's available, you can take your foot inside your elbow and just gently rocking. And then bring that foot down, pick the other leg up. And again, just gently rocking, checking where your breath is at. And then nice and easy. Have your knees bent, feet flat on the floor to begin with. Lie back onto your back. Tilt the tip of your chin in towards your chest. You're just keeping the back of your neck nice and long. And then take the soles of your feet together and just let your knees drop out. And just bring your awareness onto your belly. Just watching the rise and fall of your belly as you're breathing in and out. Gently bring your knees back in towards each other. Take your feet wide, keep the whole of the foot in contact with the floor, and then drop your knees in towards each other. Looks like. And then when you're ready, just hugging your knees in towards your chest. Rock yourself forwards and backwards. And then bringing yourself back up to sitting. So that's just some exercises you can play with. It will strengthen, mobilize around the hips. The important thing is nothing should hurt. Knees like to go forwards and backwards. They're a bit like a hinge on a door. If you ask them to go sideways, they'll get upset. So just look after your knees as you're working through everything. Don't go deeper than your body's ready for. And I will see you next week. Be looking more at core. If any of you would like a longer session, I teach at 6:30 on Mondays. Contact me for details. Have a great week.